Hey everybody, how's it going? Marcos Villegas for Fight Up TV, powered by stagefront.vip. Being joined with Fernando Vargas Sr., who his two sons, Fernando Vargas Jr. and Amado Vargas, just signed a multi-fight, multi-year deal with Marv Nation. First, Fernando, what went into the decision, and why did you guys choose to go with Marv Nation for your two sons?
I think it was the best, fit for the boys. Marv's gonna have over 45 shows throughout the year, and man, that's a lot of shows. So I need to keep my boys busy because because they're not busy, they're not training too much, and I need to keep them busy so that way they stay disciplined to what we gotta do, and that's us fight so that way they got an opportunity to become more champions.
Some would ask or wonder, why didn't you go with Golden Boy or Top Rank? Your youngest is with Top Rank. Why did you feel that this one in particular, this promoter in particular, was, I don't want to say better, but was better fitted to your son? Like, what did you see there?
Well, I saw that the attention that he gave us. You know what I mean? And I thought that was very great of him, the way he was took care of everything when we needed something to be done, and he was there for Junior and Amado, and so that's something that's important because that shows, what type of character he is, what type of person he is. So, we're just excited. A guy that's gonna keep you busy, where there are a lot of promoters that are not giving fights like that right now because of COVID and everything that's going on in the world. But we're just excited about the opportunity to bring Marv Nation to the Vargas dynasty.
Yeah, it's a big thing. Fighters not being active right now, and I know a lot of fighters have voiced their opinion that they're not happy with it being active. What do you think is attributing to that, or what's causing the activity troubles?
Well, a lot of it I think has to do with COVID. I mean, even though they're opening up now, the stadiums. There's still a lot of people that don't want to go to the fights because of what's going on. But you saw the Gervonta Davis fight. There was a lot of people in, what was that, DC? DC, yeah, right? A lot of people in DC. So I think it's starting to pick up again, and I think it's going to be a good thing for boxing.
You guys had signed a previous deal with Triller. Your son told me that there was an exit clause. Can you touch a little bit about that?
The thing is that I needed consistency, and then they didn't have consistency where they were going to be fighting with my boys, every month, 2 times a month if necessary, because I need them to be busy because they're not young. They're not young chickens like, when young fighters are already being signed to promoters, they're young. But my boys they started late. So that's why they're not that young, doing what they love to do, and that's boxing. So, that's just what it is right now.
You see the fight? Do you feel that Gervonta was winning the fight, or did you feel that Hector was winning the fight?
You know what? I was, not even really watching the fight. I'll be honest with you, so I can't tell you. But I knew that homeboy was in it. What was his name again?
Hector.
Hector was in the fight too. So it wasn't like he was that it was super close, but I think it was competitive, and I think that he should have kept it competitive.
There was a fight that broke out in the back, or in the front row, and being there ringside, I thought it was kind of weird that they stopped the fight to attend to the fight in the crowd. Have you ever seen something like that? I know, like at your fights, people would fight, but have you ever seen something where they stopped the fight because of the fight in the crowd?
Never, because I would never, and it would be crazy because they just stopped it, and if I was in there, I would have been throwing. You know what I mean? Like, you have to. What do you mean stop? Nah, we're fighting. I'm hurting this dude, or I hit him with the shot that hurt him. Wow, they told me to stop, and so that's beneficial for me as a fighter. We're on this go. I don't know.
Yeah, I thought it was just. I'd never seen that before, so I don't know. Like sometimes I think like, oh, what was the ref, thinking, But there have been situations like the Fan Man when they stopped the action in that fight, So I guess things of sort of that nature do happen from time to time.
Well, they do, but it was kind of crazy. I never seen something like that where even the referee was looking at like turned away from the fight and started looking at what's going on in the crowd. Crazy.
Yeah, if I was a commissioner, I would have went crazy. Like, hey, you're supposed to be focused on the ring.
Yeah, this is your job, what you're doing, not the fight outside the ring.
Curious, did you witness the fan man as a fan watching, or by chance were you there?
I was not there, but I did see it. I did see it, and I'm surprised that well he got messed up a little bit from they started messing up what you're supposed to do. Well, this clown coming in on a parachute. You don't know if he has a bomb. You don't know if he has knives. You don't know if he's gonna try to kill somebody. So I would have bombed on him too. Neta.
Yeah. No, and he did. He got jumped by the people there ringside. The only other time that I could think of when something crazy like that happened, the Tyson fights, the Bo fights, and then when Zab hit Floyd in the nuts, and the Roger went after him.
I saw that too.
Saw that live?
No, I didn't see that live, but I saw that too when he.
Going back to Gervonta, based on how he fought, man, how do you see that fight with Ryan now? Because they're saying that it's a done deal. April 15th is the date, and that they're fighting.
I think it's going to be an amazing fight. You know, you can't count out Ryan, and you can't count out Tank. So both of them are hungry. Now it's about who really wants it.
In your opinion, Fernando, what do you think makes the difference in that fight for both of them?
Look, Gervonta's a southpaw. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't seen Ryan fight too many southpaws, so I can't tell you that. Oh, he got it. So we're gonna see how he adjusts. But I think it's gonna be a great fight. Both fighters are great fighters in my books.
I think the last two opponents he's had, Ryan, have been southpaws, Fortuna and Luke Campbell, but he was dropped by Luke Campbell.
Luke Campbell dropped him, so I don't know how. I know that Tank is a power hater, so we'll have to see.
For those that are saying that Ryan gets knocked out in the fight, given Gervonta's power, how do you think on the flip side, do you foresee Ryan being able to catch Gervonta with a hook or something big?
Well, look, Ryan is taller than Tank, correct? Like a few inches. Okay, so and then a lot taller, and he has that distance. He has that reach. So I mean, look, I'm not gonna say who I think is gonna win because I really don't know. I really think it's gonna be a great fight for everybody to watch, and I'm gonna be watching it myself.
It's good that we finally have a fight that's 50-50, right? Because usually you know who's going to win.
Correct.
It's terrible. I hate that.
Correct.
Aren't you tired of it? I'm kind of like annoyed by that.
Welcome to PBC.
No.
No, I don't know.
You're going to get some people angry, Fernando, by saying that.
I'm playing.
No, you're not.
I don't know. Are you? I'm playing.
Overall, how did you see how Gervonta fought and kind of adjusted to that style of Hector Garcia? Like me being there, I felt like the two things that really were troubling Hector were the speed and obviously the power, the thing that Gervonta is known for.
Yeah, no, Gervonta has a lot of power. My brother Amado sparred with him, but see, the thing about Gervonta, they just think he's all power. He sets traps. He boxes in the beginning. And people are thinking like, oh, it's Gervonta Davis. He's just going to knock you out. He'll set you up, let you get tired, let you get confident. And then he'll start landing his shots. So I think that's what happened. He just landed too many big shots, and he couldn't handle that.
You mentioned that your brother sparred Gervonta. Is that the one thing you picked up from the sparring was his ability to be able to set up traps? And like, what else makes him tricky?
Yeah, like he let my brother get off. Honestly, Amado was just touching him, and I'm looking at my dad like, oh my gosh, like he's landing his jab and landing shots on him, but he's just kind of parrying and catching punches, and then he just kind of sets up the big shots to let you get confident and step in, and you make the mistake. So he's real crafty in there. I mean, it's not just what you see him, knocking someone out and doing those backflips, but he's really smart in there, and he has a good IQ.
Yeah, I've heard that, and I think in general people are starting to talk more about how he's able to adjust, and he has more than just the power. Right. It was kind of a funny night, though. Did you obviously watched it on Showtime? The fight that happened, during the round where they stopped it. Yeah, I thought that was kind of weird. I've never seen them stop a fight for a fight in the stands. Like I know we remember like the Fan Man accident back in the '90s. Your dad would probably remember that a lot more. Yeah. Your dad would probably remember that a lot more. But yeah, that's kind of odd, huh?
Right. It was just they stopped. One thing was like, okay, when Zab Judah.
I could have swore like I saw Gervonta tell the ref like, "Hey, they're fighting. Stop the fight." I don't know. That's just me observing ringside. I'm not sure though.
Right. Only thing I could really think of is just like when Zab Judah and Floyd, when his uncle came in, but something happened in the ring. But for out of the ring for something to happen, like that was crazy.
It was.
Honestly, he should have took off on him. I would have. Shit.
Now the fight that everyone hope gets made is Ryan and Gervonta. Based on how Gervonta looked this weekend, how does that fight play out? And what do you feel makes it difficult for Ryan? And what do you think makes it difficult for Gervonta?
I've always told people, okay, Gervonta, of course, it's like a no-brainer. Gervonta is gonna knock out Ryan. That's what people think. That's what boxing analysts say. You know, he's the more dog. You know, he's fought the better champions, whatever the case may be. He's a world champion. But I just feel Ryan is dangerous from here to there. So the distance that you got to earn right here, I feel that left hook. I mean, it may be a one-trick pony, but that trick pony's fast. And I just think if Gervonta just tries to not be too careful and think he's just going to run through this pretty boy, I think he could clip him right on the temple and he could it could be short, or he could take it and wobble, or he could press Ryan and you see Ryan has trouble fighting on the inside because he's tall. But I'm gonna go with Ryan, honestly. Oh, yeah? I'm gonna go for Raza. I'm gonna go for Ryan on that fight.
Is it because of that, or is there other factors too? Like a lot of people have mentioned, he's just a lot bigger than Gervonta.
That's true too. I mean, I don't think Gervonta has a problem with big fighters. You saw him move up with Barrios but I just think his style, he hasn't seen anyone like Ryan. Ryan's super fast. Yeah.
Okay, so you mentioned how everyone feels that Gervonta's going to knock him out, and I think a big reason why people think that is because sometimes Ryan, his head's straight up, and he seems very rigid when he moves back, though. Do you see that also?
I do see that also. But, there's also mistakes that Gervonta does, too, that I see. Like, he'll switch from orthodox to southpaw, and he'll sometimes cross his feet. And Ryan could catch him just being quick like that, or he'll get hot in the exchanges, and it works thus far. But you never know. In the exchanges, that's when Ryan's dangerous, too. So, look, it could be anyone's fight, but I think the fighter that makes the least amount of mistakes, I think that's going to be the fighter that comes out victorious.
And it's also, too, how each adjusts to each other's power. Like, we don't know how Ryan's going to be when Gervonta touches him and vice versa.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't know how Ryan's, because they always say, oh, well, if Gervonta hit, Ryan like Luke Campbell did, well, he wasn't fighting Gervonta that night. So there's always what ifs. I mean, what if Gervonta knocks out Ryan in 2 rounds? You just never know what's going to happen. So you just, as a boxing fan, you could just get your popcorn and just, get your friends and just enjoy the fight.
In your opinion, ideally at 135, does Gervonta beat Devin? Does he beat Shakur?
That's tough. Devin's real hard to beat right now. I think his jab, I mean, you saw with Kambosos. Shout out to Kambosos, ferocious, you know what I'm saying? But he fought a great fight. He put his best effort, but you just saw he was able to beat him with just a jab. So I think Devin's really hard to beat right now. And then who else did you say? Shakur. That's like that modern day Floyd. Honestly, he could be inches like right here, and you still can't hit him. So I think if they mix it up, it's gonna be a toss up. Honestly, I don't know who wins out of those 3, but we'd love to see it.